All right, should we get started?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, welcome back to Hold My Popcorn. I'm Max Healy in Asheville. Over in Boston, we got Timmy Slim Jim. Tim again. How are you, Timmy boy?
I'm great, Max. Ready to talk some wolves. Wolf biology. Really get into the mind of wolves. I think that it's important for us as human beings to really get into the mind of wolves and also get into the mind of transgender people, because that's
a hot start.
That's what I'm looking forward to. Anyways, Max, cut all that out and over to you, John.
John out.
Well, that's the episode, everybody.
We're falling apart. Yeah, John's here from Baltimore, and happy to talk wolves too, because Johnny Safari can come out a little bit. Don't have as much research, but I have managed to scrape together a little bit of information on a hyena versus wolf showdown. So we'll get into that a little bit later.
Okay, cool. So I guess with all that said, we're talking wolves today. It's the Wolf Podcast. Oh! So it took us 3 months to record these 3 snow-filled episodes. So I'm happy this is our first episode that we're actually recording in February. Still hasn't snowed here. But we're going to be wrapping it all up today, as we are going to be doing the super upbeat story of a group of depressed, lonely men who get eaten alive by wolves in 2011's The Grey, starring Liam Neeson.
Sponsored by PETA.
Yeah, PETA was not happy about this movie.
Oh, really? I thought they would have fucking been like just dripping over this shit, where it's just like, oh, I mean, a bunch of wolves killed a bunch of roughnecks, like plus column, like as far as they're concerned, right?
They weren't happy because I guess that wolf on the spit was a real wolf.
Wait, what?
Oh,
yeah, they used like two like wolf cadavers for stuff, and like they made one to eat it, and then the other one they put it like on that spit. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Oh, holy wow. Shit. I didn't even know you could do that anymore.
I mean, I feel like there's better ways to do that.
I mean, the other wolves were animatronic, but that's apparently something like
Could you imagine if Jaws, like how many great, like if they were like, yeah, we killed like 30 great whites in the making of Jaws, like how that would have gone over? Like,
kept on rotting. I don't know.
I'm weird. Just saying, like, if you had a fucking wolf, was it a real wolf that he cut the head off of?
I don't know. Probably not.
I couldn't have said the difference between a lamb and a wolf. Like if you had a fucking sheep on there, I wouldn't have been able to go, that's a sheep cadaver. It's not a wolf. Like, what the fuck do I know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it was a lamb, I might know. Yeah. I've seen enough lamb on a spit. Almost
as if any information, about like the behind the scenes shit was scrubbed specifically. So like PETA or Greenpeace didn't just like package bomb the entirety of Hollywood over it. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's rough. Did they kill the wolf, or did they just like go to some sketchy ass vet like in Colorado and be like, give me 2 dead wolves?
I'm looking this up right now. If you Google The Grey PETA, there's a few things that come up. I'm on the PETA's website right now looking at it.
Oh God.
PETA. Yeah. PETA.
Not happy. Yeah, they're eating wolf meat.
Well, I mean, there's something wrong. Yeah. I don't know. I thought they were on the comeback. I thought, can't we we can shave 1 or 2 off, right?
I mean, if they're already dead, might as well use them.
I guess I'd be kind of pissed if
unless
Liam
they
Neeson
didn't get killed
and,
specifically
killed
for this.
No, they didn't kill the wolves. Like they're already they bought them dead.
Oh, okay.
So they bought them dead? Okay.
Yeah.
So they basically paid someone else to go, all right, Tim, go out there and shoot 2 of them. We got an order.
It is.
Every wolf was murdered in this movie.
Apparently, wolf politics is a big deal, because wolves have been on the endangered species list for a long time, which means that they're under federal management, and now their population's being restored in a lot of Western states, and they're moving off of the endangered species list, which means they're going back into state management, which means that states can open up a hunting season on them, and some states want to because there have been a lot of like adverse interactions between wolves and like, livestock. And I guess
because
like,
they're fucking wolves.
Where did this come from, Rain Man?
Yeah,
the big bad wolf.
Where did you pull this from? Holy shit! How long have you been following the plight of wolves in North America?
I have a strange interest in wildlife management.
Okay,
so I tend to follow these things, but
why aren't you the one living up in fucking Portland, Maine?
Oh, listen. We all have to be honest right now. Sam wears the pants in that family. Sam's the one out there hunting and gathering. Bill is the one back at home. He's the one back at home with an apron on, cooking banana bread and everything.
Shots fired.
Shots fired. Bill, come at me, dude. Tell me you're not. Tell me you don't have a Betty Crocker apron on, cooking banana bread.
So tell me that he wouldn't look good naked in heels making banana bread. I mean, as far as like most guys, that'd be pretty great. If she makes him do that, I mean,
oh yeah,
power to the ladies.
Sam's out there.
Max is upset.
No, last time I was up there,
reading stuff. I'm gonna stop reading.
Last time I was up there, Sam was pulling in a moose carcass that she just killed into the backyard.
With her bare hands,
ready to field dress it.
Yep. No, I wouldn't get into a knife fight with Sam. She stared me down over a fucking simple e-cigarette once at the wedding. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, you're going to kill me. All right, I'll just put this away. That's cool. I'll just be nice. So yeah, speaking of wolf politics, it really, guys, I got to be honest, sounds kind of dog eat dog. Am I right?
Yucky.
Bark.
Come on now. We're back. Pulled it back in, just reeling it.
Yeah, let's get back on topic. So what are the initial thoughts on this movie?
It's wonderful. I like it. I really did like it. Liam is used very well.
He's great in this.
That's just what's so wonderful about it. And also the cast is super low key too. So it's like nobody else really distracts other from him just being like, I'm going to save everyone. Like he's basically Batman in the snow.
Yeah.
I like it. I think it's a good movie. I like the fact that there isn't like a sort of like traditional arc to it. There isn't like this like bad thing happens, there's sort of like an apex to the story where like they turn a corner and then like they kind of come out the other side all fine. I kind of like that it's basically just like, it's just a kind of like long plot of them dying.
It's miserable lives followed by just miserable deaths.
Yeah, but it is super depressing. It's like a super depressing movie.
That's like the first thing I wrote is, this is just a big bundle of joy.
Yeah.
Well, also like immediately like the bad thing, spoiler alert, the fucking plane crashes. They're immediately like, oh, no one's coming to get us. We're just a bunch of dudes that the company doesn't give a fuck. Like, and remember watching the movie being like, yeah, you're right. That's how it would be.
Yeah,
it's dark. It's a little dark.
I also like that they don't explain, like, there are some movies that, so like, for example, John, like the company's not going to come and get us. It's like, okay, not like the most believable thing, but I'm glad they don't necessarily explain it. I'm glad they don't go into like a lot of detail about like why the company's like terrible and they're not going to come and get it. I also like the fact that like these, where are they in the world where there's millions of wolves? Like they've seen no less than like 10,000 wolves in like a day and a half. There is no place in the world where there are 10,000 wolves. There are no place in the world where
it really is like it turned into the Hobbit. Like real fast.
This place is infested with wolves.
And I'm just happy that like they didn't explain why these wolves are like superhuman, like multiplying, like exponentially multiplying wolves. Just don't explain it.
I mean, for all we know, like these are like super soldier wolves that like we plan on like unleashing on the Russians or something. And like, that's why they like made the plane crash. Like, let's see how they fare against the most dangerous game. That is Liam Neeson.
Yeah. It's like, what is that movie?
A bunch of people.
What's that movie, John, that we watched, that like low budget werewolf movie?
Oh God, dog soldiers.
Dog soldiers, yeah.
It's literally like that. I was hoping that. I remember the first time I watched this way back, I was like, fuck, this is just going to be dog soldiers. And it was like, okay, they're real wolves. Thank God. There are 10,000 of them. Yeah.
One of them, although one of the guys is like, so, like, is he going to turn into like a wolf since it bit him?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know, like rabies and shit.
So I wish the movie was brutal enough to where like Liam would have just killed that guy. Like that kind of thing. Like, bah, dead. Like, all
they
right.
basically
And
did by just not looking back as they're walking. They're like,
yeah,
fuck it.
that's true. Yeah, I know.
Wink, wink.
That is a good part of the movie of him just being like, keep up.
Yeah.
You
No, but,
die,
like, this-
fuck you.
This movie should have been called like Bad Shit Happens and then things get worse.
Yes.
Like that's what it should have been. Because every single time something bad happens, it just gets worse.
Like, also, it's like, you can cut this out if you think it's a spoiler, but like the whole movie turns out to be like, it's a trap. Like,
Yeah. They're just walking closer and closer into the den.
Yes.
So that is like, we're talking before the show about how like this is kind of like Jaws. It's like, except that like Quint didn't like drive the boat directly into the shark's mouth.
No. Well, the shark didn't. Yeah. Well, it's because the wolves, I think, were driving them to the den. It seemed like.
Yeah, in theory, they can herd things.
Yeah.
Like when they heard Johnny Safari checking in here, some of their prey, such as deer, elk, moose, bison, bighorn sheep, caribou, and musk oxen. Ooh, that sounds like it smells terrible.
That's like how wolves kill a lot of the times is they have unreal stamina, so they'll kind of like run things to death, like run things to exhaustion, and then just fucking murk them.
That's what they do in this whole movie. They're just waiting. It's
Yeah.
like they're more, I think Neeson says that, they're more patient than us.
Yeah.
Like they can wait, we can't.
Right.
37 miles an hour.
Jesus.
And they can like sustain
Wow.
that. They can sustain that for like hundreds of miles.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Something else. Man. Wolves. Do you guys remember the trailers of this movie?
Yes, I do.
No, I do not.
Like they were like, you know, this is like a very like heart-filled, like emotional, depressing movie about like faith and man and just all that shit. But they like, if they were in that like renaissance of Liam Neeson as an action hero movie, like star. So I remember the trailers just being like, you know, Liam Neeson fights a pack of wolves with his bare hands.
Right.
It was right after Taken, correct?
It's Taken, the A-Team, which this movie's directed by the guy who did the A-Team. A
This
couple
is
of
so
other,
good.
like the Clash of the Titans. Like he was already in midway into it. I mean, that's what I thought the movie was when I saw it. Like when I saw it in theaters. I remember like going to it, being like, okay, it's gonna be like an action Taken movie with Liam Neeson fighting wolves with broken airplane bottles.
You
And then
bit
immediately
my
it
daughter.
starts with him.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, it's all good. Should we get into it?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
All right. Yeah, so the movie opens up with some beautiful shots of British Columbia posing as Alaska, accompanied by the sound of howling wolves, followed by Liam Neeson writing a suicide letter to his dead wife saying that everyone around him sucks, including himself. This is a very spoil-filled episode, and this is a spoiler podcast, so...
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
and also like you see it coming from miles away. Like this, there is no hope in this movie that is ever given to you at any moment.
Mm-mm.
No, the music does that.
Yeah,
This is some
That
very sad music.
and we also very quickly get to see Liam Neeson like turn down. He gets a drink, goes to a bar with where three people are like beating each other to death, and he just like walks in, sits down, orders a shot, looks at it, and then just leaves it. And was like, wow,
Yeah.
this is dark. You can't
He
even
must want to
drink.
kill himself.
An Irishman leaving a
Ooh.
shot. Oh, yeah.
So Liam Neeson in real life literally gets piss drunk. You ever seen pictures of him? He just has piss running down his fucking pants.
Oh, I love
He
it.
pees his pants like all the time.
I love it. Good for
so
Liam Neeson.
great.
It's so fucked.
He's such
Poor
a
bastard.
fucking god, man. Just from a fucking era. Like, imagine if him and Sean Connery got loose together in like a city, like a major metropolitan city. Millions dead.
Jesus.
Or
Yeah.
George Lazenby.
Throw a couple in
Man.
there.
Yeah. Jesus. Yeah,
Jesus,
him and Lazenby
throwing-
would be cleaning up.
You throw in Prince Andrew,
But-
it's just
What
Bad.
is Liam Neeson's job in this movie? Like, I want to know, is there
security?
He's Overwatch. Yeah, he just watches over the groups of people in case, because wolves, of course, just run out of the woods all the time on their own and just try to attack people in large
the middle of
groups.
the day.
Yeah,
I want to know. I want to know if, up in the Yukon in the oil fields, are wolves this big of a problem? Is this a real job? And what qualifications do you need to get this job?
Crippling depression and alcoholism.
Crippling depression. I mean, I imagine you have to be a psychopath. That's one. And then, I don't know, just like a great shot. So, the DC sniper. You have to be the DC sniper.
Basically. He would have fit up. He would have fit well in Alaska.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
But I actually, listeners, do some research and write in. Let us know if this is a real job up in the Alaskan oil fields of wolf murderer.
Wolf assassin.
Wolf assassin.
Well, apparently the Yukon has
email
a
address.
Apparently they have a wild boar problem. So those I know will like just show up and be like, I'm gonna kill all y'all. Just cuz. Like they just show the fuck up and wreck shit.
That would have been
but
a lot
that's all I
tastier
know.
too.
Fuck yeah, dude. You imagine that?
Yeah,
Just go
leave
out
a
and
pile
just
of
eat
acorns
some
out there.
fucking hog.
You got some hamon.
Yeah, that's also
Hamon.
that's one that PETA won't be too crazy about because there's just so many of these things. They're like raccoons now. There's like they like attack villages and they like just it's crazy. Like it's.
We'll talk about Neeson's job. So we quickly learned that he's just a man who's lost his way. I'm just gonna blow through that because he's as we already said, like he was hired as like a sharpshooter to kill the occasional wolf that gets like too close to the camp, and then we see him like nearly breaking down in tears after killing a wolf who attacks for getting too close to camp.
This is what I'm saying. He's definitely a psychopath because he like goes out there and he's just like, oh, I can't, like, I need to feel its last breath. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, wow.
So sad.
You just shot this fucking wolf, which, I mean, how many crews do they have out on this oil field? Is Liam Neeson protecting all of them?
You're goddamn right he is. Single-handedly. It's him. It's him per every 10,000. Like, that's it. That's all you need. He's
most of it serves at him just, mostly he just serves as a scarecrow because he's like fucking 6'7".
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's not a small man.
Exactly.
And also, but like the kill, as far as the Yukon's concerned, like, the code of the West, which is like freedom, that kill's justified. Came right at him.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So that night, Neeson puts a rifle in his mouth, but he stops short after he hears the howls of wolves in the distance. And then things get worse. So we're getting into this plane crash. Yep.
Oh, the motif. Also, like, I love Liam. God, he's just the focal point of everything great in this movie. Like, he realizes the plane is going down. Does he, like, warn anybody on, like, the best thing to do? Nah, quietly. Just lays down across all three chairs. Puts on like 3 belt buckles and just like bites his lip and gives it hell. Like everyone else, he's like,
dude, once again, I mean, if you're going to like, it's one thing if you're in a plane that's going to go down in like the Hudson River, like that Sully dude. Cause likelihood that a plane going down the Hudson River, you're going to survive. Probably not that bad because you're in fucking New York City. This help's going to be there immediately. Right. And it's the water, so, you're probably not going to, like, smash into a fucking rock like a cliffside. Great. But if you're going down on a plane in the Yukon in, like, a driving blizzard, I mean, just find the hardest surface to put your head on and just hope that you die. Like, what are you doing trying to survive this?
Oh, gosh, we're back to this again. Okay.
Tim just thinking people's will to live is way too strong.
I'm just being realistic here, fellas. I'm just being realistic here.
Let's go head first into the first wolf you see.
Yeah, just like, come at me. Just like, take all your clothes off. Like,
anybody have any food to rub on my body?
Because I wouldn't be eaten alive by a wolf. I would have had a millisecond of pain followed by sweet release.
Yeah, but by the way, don't watch this movie on a fucking plane. My God, this plane crash scene is what a nightmare.
brutal,
Yeah.
dude, right?
It's
oh my God.
it's hard to say if it's realistic because everybody tends to die on airplane crashes, but it looks pretty fucking realistic and brutal. I mean, like whenever you see a stewardess or steward hit the ceiling, it's like fuck.
Yeah.
God damn.
Oh, much
Yeah, no
like
breath.
eating the real wolf. This was a
that
real
was
plane
really
crash.
creepy.
Yeah. This whole thing. I mean,
Oh, was it? I didn't even. Oh,
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
wait,
This
what?
is all method, dude. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
almost everybody in that movie actually died in real life.
Yeah.
holy shit.
No, I like how they just like kind of jump right into the turbulence though. You know, like they kind of just like they're all getting ready to sit down and then it's like, all right, a few hours later, a little bumpage, you know, okay. Wake up again and it's just like the plane is going down.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I love like when they hit like their first bump, like there's some shithead in the back, like, maybe we're going down, man. And like the rest of the movie, they're like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
That's I think the thing about one of the things about this movie that actually is pretty good is that they make a point to make all the characters like hateable. Like you hate all
Yeah.
the characters. I guess I don't know. I guess the big black guy kind of like is likable, but everyone else in this movie is like you really don't like them. They're really annoying almost.
They'll grow on you though, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like even
Yeah,
Frank
I guess.
Grillo, like by the end of it, you're like, I like that guy now. Like he's just had this rough exterior, but deep down, he doesn't seem like a bad dude.
Fair enough.
You know, I think that's part of it. But I mean, also like you don't usually see a movie where like it's just all men and they get into a crash and then like right afterwards they're all like super like disoriented and like probably concussed. Like usually in these kind of movies, it's like Rocky, like they get punched like a million times in the head and then by the next round they're like totally fine.
Right.
You know, like these guys, they're like throwing up. Like I love the dude who sees the wreckage just goes, "Oh man, this is fucked up."
That would be
That's
me.
realistic. I mean, yeah, there
Yeah.
would be like, there'd be
Oh,
that guy.
fuck.
Like, yeah.
But even like, you know, you see people in seats and then like in the same shot in a blink of an eye, they're just gone. Like the seat's just empty. Like that kind of shit. It's
Yeah.
so fucking scary.
Oh, God. You were
It is
right, though.
It's a
about
well
the
shot
breath.
movie.
That
I do
was-
think it's
yeah.
a well shot movie.
Well, they include subtle things because, like, most of it, like, once it gets going, it's just like, you know, someone's like face ripped off, like, when those things happen. But like, there's always little subtle things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, there's some good shots. I mean, kind of going ahead, but towards the end when, you know, Neeson's like screaming at God. Like I love that shot
Oh, gosh.
with him. Like it's kind of like his side view with him looking up, like you're sitting next to him looking up at the sky with him.
Right.
That was a pretty interesting shot.
And Liam, you know that he's actually done that, like in the Highlands of Scotland, like standing over like the dead body of an Englishman. Like, you know, he's done that in real life.
Well,
like,
False.
the
He's
poor
done
bastard.
that. He's done that in the bar in Dublin, pissed drunk.
Do something! Yelling
Do
at his
something
dick
about me,
as-
pants.
It's just pissing himself. Liam, you gotta go to the bathroom. Do something! Help me! I can't move my arms. I mean, the poor bastard in real life, he did lose his wife. His wife
Yeah.
did die.
Fuck.
Yeah. The Parent Trap lady.
Yeah, no, I feel bad. Okay, it's great.
It's okay. All right, so then, yeah, Neeson right after this, though, he immediately becomes just everybody's daddy when he sweet talks that mortally wounded guy into like a peaceful death. This movie has a lot of unique kind of views on death, like perceptions of it. Like unlike other movies I've seen,
Elaborate.
just it's not overly dramatic. It just seems kind of more real. It's like, you know, when he's saying like to the, you know, like who do you love? It's like my daughter. It's like, let her take you then. Like I've never seen something like that in a movie before.
That's true.
And like him just being like, instead of trying to make him feel better, like it's going to be okay, you're going to be fine. He's like, you're going to die. Like you are dying. It's going to happen soon. Like you need to accept it. You know?
Yeah, I feel
So,
like
like-
this whole movie is kind of like you know, it's kind of like people they're running from it. Liam Neeson's the only one that's like kind of like
Came here
can
to
accept it, can confront it, but is also like can accept it for other people, can't accept it for himself.
Well, isn't it interesting too that, I mean, like, okay, once again, spoiler alert, like basically, like he wants to die, but he never does. I'm sure there's some fucking Greek thing there somewhere, but yeah, it's classical in that way.
It's kind of weird. Will kicks in instincts or some shit. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, kind of like a Cain and Abel thing or whatever.
Yeah. Or he just hates wolves so much. He's like, I'm not dying from you. I'll fall off a cliff or something, but I ain't getting killed by a wolf. You rats.
So that is interesting. So Tim, like, since you don't have like, that level of will to live in like these kinds of situations, like what if you were Liam, like you wanted to be like, just make it stop, but you just kept surviving and just like everything just got shittier and shittier and you kept making it through everything.
Damn it.
God. I think it'd be like Groundhog Day.
Oh no.
It'd be like Groundhog Day.
Just make it end.
There was actually an X-Files episode about that. It was basically like there's this like dude who had supernatural powers who like stopped basically like he had all these enemies and they all like he just kept hurting them, but he could prevent them from ever dying. So all they did was just like never die and felt an immense amount of pain. Like that would be terrible.
That's interesting.
Like,
it's
dude,
Wolverine.
The minute if I survived a plane crash, which hopefully I wouldn't have, right? The minute I saw that big cliff, I'd be like, "Peace out, fellas."
Well, this is my stop.
Yeah, this is my stop, fellas. Yeah, hopefully I'd have a top hat on and I'd give him a little.
Just like and walk backwards off of it, like
yeah, exactly,
making eye contact with the hat.
I'd do a
like,
Charlie Chaplin walk off of it,
legs kicking in the air.
Yeah,
kind of pause like in midair for a second before gravity takes you over and you fall.
Yeah, exactly. Something Wile E. Coyote-esque.
And then you hit like the softest pine trees ever, and you're just stuck in that tree with all your broken arms. Like fuck.
Yeah,
come on. Someone burn this goddamn tree with me in it. Then that night, everybody salvages up wood to burn and clothes to stay warm. And Neeson spots the stewardess just flopping around in some wreckage. But it turns out it's just a wolf eating her. So Neeson goes to fight it off when another wolf comes out of nowhere, like the raptor that kills Muldoon in Jurassic Park. Thankfully, the other guys quickly show up and scare them away.
Hot tip. Don't try and fight a wolf.
I mean, you're in survival mode at this point. Like, you're concerned. Just let the body go. It just...
Yeah.
I mean, you don't know the stewardess. You know? I mean, know her. Just let that wolf. It's like, hey, buddy. If he's entertained, it's kind of like with Albie. If Albie's entertained, I'm not bothering him.
Good Wolfie. Keep on eating, buddy.
Yeah. Nancy is a good chew toy.
So then Neeson tells everybody that they've probably crashed in the radius of the wolf's den, which pisses off the troublemaker of the group, Diaz, played by Frank Grillo, which leads to a pissing match with Diaz backing down. Probably go ahead.
Oh, no, never mind. Go ahead, Max.
I was just say probably one of my favorite quotes of this movie is like this little argument that they get in, the shit that Liam Neeson says to him. So like first he says, "We're not looting dead bodies for swag." Which is like I laughed out loud when I heard that.
Oh my God. It's like, no, we're not Scottish pirates, Liam. Like, come on. Like, fuck. But like, did you catch the part where he's just like, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you, or
I wrote
like,
it down because it is like it's so confident that like the guy like immediately goes like, okay, I'll stop.
Yeah, so done.
I'm gonna start beating the shit out of you in the next 5 seconds. Then it says, and you're gonna swallow a lot of blood for a fucking billfold.
Which I mean,
like,
both great grandpa statements, because he uses like when he says swag, I'm just like, oh yeah, this is like what a grandpa. He heard that on like MTV, because he's trying to relate to his grandkids, and then call something a billfold. I'm like, what are you in the fucking 20s, dude? The fuck is like, a billfold?
You guys called it on the fucking text chain before the show. Like, Clint Eastwood could have stepped into this role pretty easily if he wanted to, and they both would have said the same thing and pulled it off just as well. Like, you're going to swallow a lot of blood over a billfold.
Yeah.
If you had Clint Eastwood from what's that movie, Gran Torino, step into this, he just
exactly
same character. He just would have been talking about Cambodians the whole time.
Yep.
It's like, I don't like these Cambodians in my neighborhood.
Thank God most of you aren't black here. Just looks at the one guy.
Yeah.
Good God.
We're
like, oh,
fighting
God.
wolves here. Not me.
I'm fighting you. I'm on the wolf side.
I'm fighting you immigrants.
God, fucking Clint Eastwood, man.
But the way he phrased it, though, I'm going to start beating the shit out of you. Not like I'm going to beat the shit out of you or I will. It's like I'm going to start, which means he's not going to stop beating the shit out of this guy.
Right.
And again, like Neeson has probably like 6-7 inches on this dude. So he's just like, okay, I'll stop.
Yep.
So I've been on the receiving end of this, and it was trying to offer you a cigarette in undergrad, Max.
Yeah.
Like you would do it, you'd be like, you offer me a cigarette again tonight, I'm going to punch you in the face. Like anyone. He's like, Bob would try to do it, Steve would try to do it, and we'd all be like, okay, bro, cool. Yep. And then we'd try again the next night, but we never stepped over that line. None of us.
I think Bob did once, and I punched him square in the chest.
Jesus Christ.
Krog Maga, dude.
Dude, yeah, fuck.
Yeah, and then we get this creepy scene. They're in the fire. They're, drinking and having a good time. They hear the wolves growling. So Neeson puts a fire out to the dark, and you see like 12 sets of glowing eyes just staring back at him. Just
they do
so
the
good.
eyes so well.
So
they
creepy.
really use that. And the sound of all 10,000 individual wolves is also fantastic. But yeah, the glows of the eyes, and like also when like the wolves will back off when like too many people show up with like, too much fire. And they'll like, you'll slowly see the face fade out, but the eyes stay. It's just so good.
It's really
How
good.
fucking creepy would it be to be like, oh, there's just 20 wolves out there. They've been like 20 feet away from us this entire time.
Just staring at us.
Just staring at us.
Just waiting for us to fall asleep so that they can just kill all of us.
Demons. They're fucking demons, dude.
They are demons in this. Yeah.
And I can tell you how scary it is. So like I've been camping as like a wee child. Thanks, Liam. Now I'm going to talk like you fuck. But like a wee child in high school, where we go and like camp in the woods and like drink booze and shit because like, no one makes it into the woods or whatever, but coyotes would circle all night. And coyotes aren't going to fuck with you until you go to bed. And then they come and they just like eat all the shit that you left out. But it's weird. And you really don't see them. You hear them. And occasionally you see one run. Like they always loop. And then occasionally you get a glint off of an eye. So it is very accurate. Even from seeing like literally the crackhead version of a wolf.
I was just going to say coyotes look crackheads.
Yeah. Shit, one just ran up a tree.
That one's flying.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
So then this leaves everyone taking night shifts where this dude Hernandez is playing a Nintendo DS. He throws it down after losing. And then things get worse. After he just takes a step away to take a piss and he just gets ripped apart by a couple of wolves.
Also, this fucking idiot doesn't take a step away. He walks like 500 feet away. Like, dude, once again, survival situation. Yeah. You're the first to go take a piss, establish the pissing spot.
Dude, I'm just turning around.
Area.
Yeah.
Like, he walks so far away that the fucking fire they have, the light doesn't even reach it. It's like,
yeah, and then it turns into like a scene from The Lion King where all the hyenas eat Scar. It's just like him getting ripped apart in like silhouette.
Yeah. And it's just as effective in shadow in real action. It's just as effective. It's good.
Is.
You don't need to necessarily show it. I mean, if you do, metal, but it's also metal to let your brain do the rest of it because it's typically way more fucked up than anything the director would do.
Yeah, it'd be way less scary if they showed it all.
Yeah. It's much worse seeing just like getting an idea of it and then seeing the aftermath the next morning when it's just like fucking like brains all over the place and just the dude is just like ripped apart. Yeah. Like, you got like the wolf footprints like that just like keep on going in blood like forever. It's like, ugh. Dude. Yeah.
That and arterial sprays, those go. Like you'll see, it looks like someone will just take like a small, like Monty Python, like a little water gun and just, like that shit sprays. Like it's
like a sprinkler.
It's like the pictures you see of polar bears after they kill something and they're like, what motherfucker? Like, and they're coming out, they're just like covered in blood. And there's like a 4 foot, just like red circle just melted into the ice. Like
it's like a bomb went off. It's just a bomb of blood. It's a fucking blood crater.
Just fuck.
Yeah, and then we get a good explanation for why these guys would leave the wreckage, which you would think like they're in the middle of like a wide open area with a plane wreckage. Like if anyone's got to find them, they find them there. But they do like a good explanation for them having to leave, just because, like Liam Neeson says, like the wolves are gonna just get more bold and they're gonna just start like directly attacking us if we don't leave. It's like we get in the woods, at least we might be able to hide a little bit.
I mean, in a survival situation, they say stay put.
Yeah,
true. And also you can fortify. So like, look, we're going to go full Dwight Schrute on this. You can fortify it and you can amplify your actual attack power. You know, you can shave up some trees and shit, you know, crack some legs off, sharpen some femurs, like stick those in the entranceway. Like you're good to go.
Yeah, dude.
Even then, though, you don't have any food.
Fuck. You're right.
The dead wolves, Max.
Just keep eating the real wolves.
I know, but they haven't killed any yet, so it's like...
God damn it. Yeah, you're right.
No, you just do. We need like a fortification montage. Gonna need a montage.
Everybody's working for the weekend. It's just every so often during the montage, just someone just like standing there, and then they just disappear as a wolf, just like annihilates them.
Dude, if that was the if that was the soundtrack to this movie might be the scariest movie ever made.
I also love that one of the first things that they did, especially before, you know, they take off and they actually leave the wreckage, is they made sure to raid all of the, you know, the liquor mini bottles, airplane shots, and bring them with them. I mean, fuck. Once again, realism. They do like little things like that where you're like, yeah, that's exactly what everyone would do. Like for the booze.
How many murders do you think are actually like before this entire catastrophe happened? Like this oil camp. Like how many murders do you think there were like on a weekly basis? You just have like the shittiest people in the world, and you apparently just have an unlimited supply of booze for them. I mean,
yeah,
they just got to be killing themselves left and right.
Weekly,
you know,
yeah.
No, at least a dozen people with like majority deaths, and the rest just like unable to like thrive as human beings ever again.
Right?
Yeah. They're all fucked up.
They're all
like some guy got half fed to a bunch of pigs. Like he's still alive. Like what the fuck? Like,
so this guy got into a fist fight, beat the shit out of the other dude, and then fucking blew his brains out for no reason. It was weird. He won the fight.
That's just Tuesday.
And then he cried afterwards. I don't understand. This place is fucked up.
Yeah, so the crew, they set off into the woods with the Kurt Cobain looking dude, the one that everyone was yelling at. He's the first weak, he's a weak link. He's the first one to get picked off apart by the wolves. And then things get worse as we see this wolf pack just charging at them in open field. So everyone just makes a mad dash and just tumbles into the woods.
Yeah, I know. I also love it's like, get to the trees. Like, dude, the trees aren't going to fucking save you.
Dude.
Wolves live in trees too.
Yeah, like
they like trees.
Come on.
Where do you think they were before they got into the field? In the trees.
Before they saw that huge big bang sound out of nowhere.
It's not like you got like a bunch of pterodactyls fucking flying after you or some shit. Like they can't get through the tree. What the
if anything, the trees are worse because
I mean,
you can't maneuver through the trees as well as they can.
I know. Also, there's other animals in the trees other than wolves, like bears.
Yeah, what if a grizzly bear just picked them off when they got into the trees?
Fuck me.
Yeah.
Dude, so there could have been a good moment for a grizzly bear, just like the T-Rex in Jurassic Park in this, and they did miss out.
The T-Rex, the bear just saves everybody.
The grizzly bear saves everyone. Yeah,
it's kind of like wolves are velociraptors. Bear and the grizzly bear. Yeah.
Missed opportunity. Should have had the Jurassic Park music kick in when just a bear comes out of absolutely nowhere.
It's hard to believe Steven Spielberg didn't want to do this
radius,
movie.
and then the bear's just there.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tim.
It's hard to believe Steven Spielberg didn't want to do this movie, though.
Yeah, I mean, Liam Neeson's in it. Oh, come on,
Steven.
Yeah, it's gonna be like Schindler's List all over again. Let's go. Yeah, and then this also just like, leads into like an intense race to get the fire going, and all the wolves are like hissing and howling in the darkness, and you got like a 10-second pause, and then you just hear like this alpha wolf just killing the challenging wolf.
Oh yeah. You got a little throwdown. They did that. Whoever did the audio for this, as far as, well, okay, hold on real quick. Fun fact. Apparently a bunch of these howls, and I didn't back this up, but like a bunch of like wolf howls and barks and noises are actually done by like some like wrestler dude.
What?
Doesn't surprise me.
Which is weird.
What wrestler?
Well, that's like, it's like Lion King. Like all the lion sounds what you do with the trash can.
You can get them to make exactly what you need. But yeah, that whoever did the audio for this did it so well, because you're able to completely understand without Liam Neeson being like, I'm going to explain exactly what just happened to the audience right here. Like, you know exactly what's happening is that, Big Wolf got a challenge. Like, why aren't we going in and killing everybody? And,
he nipped out in the bud.
Rips some fucking dude. God, ball's gone.
Then I love like the guy Diaz, just like it gets quiet after like you hear like the wolf get murdered, and then the other wolf like roars again, and then Diaz just goes, "What the fuck was that?"
Which is again is a great reaction. That's what everyone's reaction would be.
Yeah,
just like
fantastic.
What is happening? Also, you can like distinctly tell the difference between the wolves and the alpha too. Because like the alpha, it's like Bane in the Dark Knight. It's just like amplified. It's so much louder than everything else. Yep. So then we got the wolves challenging each other. So then we got the humans challenging each other again with Diaz. He tries to fight Neeson again. After Neeson shows everybody how to make a bang stick, but the alpha Neeson puts him down real quick. So then Diaz, he starts to apologize for being a dick, but then he's attacked by a wolf midway through, leading to the crew killing the wolf and then eating it.
Dude, wolves can sense weakness. They sense Diaz's weakness.
Yeah. As they say.
Yep.
It's like, why was he doing that? It's like he was going after you because you're the one who fucking lost the fight.
In fact, if you lose any fight anywhere in the world, a wolf will come attack you. Just a fact.
See it at hockey games all the time.
Yeah, just a fact.
2-minute minor for fight. Oh my God, there's a wolf.
You hear me, Bill? I know fucking facts. God damn it. Bill thinks he's a wolf expert because up in Maine.
Bill needs to show up, otherwise he just gets torn apart every single time. Every time. Poor bastard. Speaking of Bills, I feel like we did miss out on Bill Paxton in this movie for one-liners. Would have been pretty fantastic. Like,
came over, man.
You came over, man. Fuck.
I want to fight a fucking wolf. Are you shitting me? Look at that fucking thing.
That thing looks like my third wife's fucking pussy, man. Like, it's gonna be some shit. He would come up with something like off the cuff, and the director would be like, God damn it, am I happy we bought you?
What a genius.
Yeah. God.
Yeah, this shit writes itself when he's on screen.
Yeah.
Now get in there and get eaten by a wolf, Bill.
Yeah, also like how Diaz just says, all right, get up, you big Irish fuck, before the fight.
Yeah. Which is great.
Yep. It is great. Yeah, so then all the men, they have a fireside chat about faith and their personal lives, including a really good monologue from Dermot Mulroney about his kid, followed by Diaz saying that he just wishes he can fuck one more time.
I'm sorry. That's not what I'm thinking about.
Before what?
Before fucking like being like, I'm going to freeze to death. I'm going to get eaten by a wolf. I'm going to die some weird way. Like, I'm like, dude, I want like a fucking hoagie or motherfucker, like something. Yeah. Like, God damn it. Yeah. I want an American cheeseburger.
I would be interested to know like what age that guy was, because I feel like in your 20s, you might actually be like, man, I could just plow one more time. And then once you get to be 30, you're exactly right, John. You'd be like, I would love a steak and cheese. Just one
like
bite of a steak and cheese before I die.
Like, that's everything.
Yeah.
And then just let it happen, you know?
And then they're like, what about like maybe one more kiss with my wife? What are you talking about? Does she have steak and cheese in her mouth?
Yeah, like, even then, I'm not a little birdie. Don't feed me like that. But yeah, no, that's exactly what we're thinking about at that point.
Yeah.
Like, God, and I want it to happen like mid-swallow, where I'm still like, oh yeah, like that's the spot I want to go.
Yeah. You want steak and cheese coating your entire palate at the moment that the wolf bites your face off.
Who do you love? Steak and cheese? Let the steak and cheese take you. It's a big smile on your face. Start licking your lips as you die.
Homer.
Death cheesesteak. Yeah, so then, Neeson, he says, hold my beer during all these monologues, and he goes into this big one about his dad and this poem that his dad wrote and how he read it at his funeral. They'll come back later. And then we got the guy Burke, the big black dude, who's been slowly dying a painful death throughout this whole movie. At this point, he just freezes to death in the blizzard the next morning.
Yeah,
Like a boss. I mean, honestly, probably besides dying in the plane crash, second best way to die in this movie.
Yeah. I agree. He was already delirious, so he probably didn't even know he was there.
Nope.
I was ashamed they didn't
that.
use him for any seriously funny lines, because he tends to show up in like Guy Ritchie films and stuff. I think he's English, and he's funny as fuck. Like
Game of Thrones too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He's like the king. Okay. Yeah, he's like one of the kings that has like absolutely no money in his safe. It's just like all facade. Yeah. He died in that show. He dies in the safe. They lock him in the safe with nothing else.
Ooh, yeah. It's rough.
A little poetic. Yeah. All right, so then let's get into this dramatic tree jumping scene that ends with poor Dermot Mulroney just falling to his death after losing his glasses and getting his foot caught on this makeshift rope.
Oh my God, he died like the guy in The Mummy.
I thought you were going to say he died like he wanted to.
Screaming and falling to his death.
Having a heart attack before I even hit the ground.
Facing his biggest fear and his biggest fear coming true.
And then cue the like, hold on, let me explain how I got here. Like the whole movie turns out to be about that guy. Like, what the fuck?
I will say that this plan, terrible plan. Stupid plan, not a good plan. Bad plan.
Jump into the trees from the cliffs. Not to mention after you see them, like what the cliff looks like from below, it's just like, fuck that.
Yeah. It's like, what are you, Alex Honnold, dude? You gonna fucking free solo?
Fucking 30-foot free fall into trees.
Dude, yeah. That was a cliff I didn't jump off into, a big old filled rock quarry in Tennessee, because, redneck shit. That's what you do. You jump into big mine poisoned water and just hope you don't grow a third arm. And I was going to go off the big one once. Everyone was like, yeah, we'll pay you, dude. I was like, cool. I went up there, and I shit you not, a fucking hippie came out of the woods. It's like, don't do it, bro. I'm not joking. Like dreadlocks, the whole thing. I was like, why, man? And of course I'm torched. And he's like, I had a friend do it, and he landed like 1 inch the wrong way, bro. Whole side of his body's black and blue. It's like, fuck. Dude. I didn't jump.
My cousin lost all of his front teeth jumping off a bridge into the water. Fucking hit a rock.
Fuck.
Getting back into it. It's almost over. So we're now we're to the last 3 people, and then we're about to have 2, because Diaz, he fell out of the tree and jacked up his ankles just trying to save Mulroney. So he tells the last 2 alive that he's just done. He can't go on. So he sits down to take in this beautiful view, shakes hands with the other 2 dudes that he bonded with before just surrendering himself to the wolves.
Dude, this guy has some dignity.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's got some class.
He's got some dignity, dude. Just give yourself up to nature, man.
I mean, Tim, I get mixed messages from you. No, stop, Max. I get mixed messages from you. Are you going to fucking Three Stooges your way, walking backwards with the top hat off of a fucking cliff, or are you going to go out with fucking dignity? Like, what? I mean, I guess the top hat gives you
I
fucking
don't see the difference. Both of them are dignified, in my opinion.
Because I'm confused, okay? I'm confused.
Both of them are dignified, in my opinion.
I'm still not going out on a boat with you.
Oh, I would not go out on a boat with me, John. 50-50 chance that boat trip I don't intend to return.
Tim just jumps onto the anchor and just plunges in.
Listen, if I get out too far, I'm just going to be like, the journey back's going to be difficult. Might as well die with dignity, right?
God. Like, Tim, I've seen what you say to yourself when you look in reflective services, and we were going to be surrounded by that. Like, no, like, it's just not going to happen.
Oh, if it's a glass calm day, John. Yeah, don't come out with it.
Jeez. I mean, it's seriously going to be like, hook in the finger, like, take the hand, John. Like, God, fuck. Like, Use me as chum. That's what I always wanted. But first, that's steak and cheese.
Oh yeah, actually, if you get in a boat with me, just to all the listeners out there, anybody really, you get in a boat with me, steak and cheese in hand, you ain't coming back.
That's the implication.
Yeah, be like Big Pussy in The Sopranos on that boat.
Oh, big pussy, yeah.
John's just gonna be eating the sandwich, just looks up, and it's just Tim standing there. He's just like, "Oh fuck, this is it." Huh?
And John's like, "Well, it's a good way to go."
Yeah, not bad.
Can I offer you this? It's already too late, John. You already took a bite. It's too late.
Fuck.
Going back to the movie though. This dude, Frank Grillo, I wish he would take more roles like this. He does just a lot of just like kind of douchey alpha male roles. I mean, this is a good little story arc for him, from being like a complete douchebag to, you know, like kind of like crying, being, you know, like laughing when Liam Neeson's character, they had the same first name of John. And, you know, just, it's also super sad that he's just like, I have nothing to to come out of these woods for. Like, there's no reason for me to continue to live. It's like just continue to do the shitty jobs. Like, this is as good as it's gonna get. It's just like, God, this is just so fucking depressing.
Well, he's the only one that fucking died with dignity, dude. Fucking, he like
only one that died on his own
fate.
terms. Yeah, he's the only one that died on his own terms from everybody.
Just accept.
Is he the one who sees his daughter?
No, that was Merlone. The one with the glasses.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dylan McDermott or Dermot Mulroney? That was an SNL
Dermot
skit.
Mulroney. Yeah,
Dermot
and then
Dermot.
It's just like a whole game show called "Is it Dylan McDermott or Dermot Mulroney?"
Yeah.
And then Dermot Mulroney comes out. He just stands there and he goes, "Who am I?"
Yeah.
And they're like, Dylan McDermott? Just like,
I'm Dermot Mulroney.
Neeson and the guy Hendrick, who's one of the other dudes. I really didn't introduce anybody in this. Who cares? They're chased by wolves. Ends with Hendrick just falling into the river and drowning to death after his foot gets caught in the rocks.
Ooh, yeah, that's rough.
Ugh. Jesus. What's worse?
Especially trying to save someone. Oof.
Yeah, so like what's worse? Like being inches from air because like his hair's nearly touching the surface and drowning while someone tries to help you out, but they can't. Or getting like ripped apart by wolves. Because both of them are probably gonna last just as long too.
One's probably very painful. The other one is probably not.
I think the wolves was probably rough.
Yeah. I feel like you're just getting stabbed everywhere.
You'll feel most of the ripping and tearing.
Yep.
Until you die, until you pass out, at least. Yeah.
Although I wonder if there would be adrenaline would kick in, if you'd even feel it, or if you'd just be in such like crazy shock of like trying to fight it off that you wouldn't even realize that you're like until you're already. I don't know.
Only one way to find out. John, meet me at the Franklin Park Zoo tomorrow.
Oh, jeez. I'll bring the cheesesteaks.
Yeah. John, I'm not in shock. I feel everything. It hurts.
They're eating me and it hurts.
It hurts so bad.
One of them's just licking my toes and I don't like that either.
It tickles and it hurts. It's so wrong.
Why are they
How do I
doing this?
like it and hate it so much?
Just drown me already. Drown me. I want the drowning.
Oh, God. It's so cold.
Fuck. Yep.
But I will say that this drowning saved that guy from like another excruciating death. Like, dude, you jump in that water just like covered in cotton, you're dead of hypothermia.
Yep.
Yeah, you're fucked. Yeah, you're dead. Yeah, you're fucked in about 5 minutes flat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like the fact that Liam Neeson isn't dead is just bullshit.
Although he does take that coat off, but still,
right?
He's still completely soaking head to toe in like Arctic weather.
Yeah.
He was gonna die anyway. He was about to die.
Humble plug for wool. Real wool, you can actually get that pretty wet and it can still, for the most part, keep you somewhat warm and not die.
Actually,
so
makes sense.
Liam Neeson, Irish, probably was wearing wool head to toe.
Head to toe. Yeah. That, you know what? Wolf ain't getting through that shit. Why do you think all those sheep are so floofy, dude? Takes a fucking minute.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, dude. Wolf.
Okay. Yeah. Talking sheep. Sorry.
Talking sheep.
Talking
sheep talk. All right, this leads to Neeson just yelling and crying to the sky, asking for God to do something, and then surprisingly, no one answers him.
He's like, show me something real. Like,
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? It's like, I think he just did. He just killed everyone around you, bro.
Yeah. He doesn't like you.
If it's a thing. Yeah.
Well, he says that, and then it's just like the wolf just kind of comes up. He's like, hey.
Yeah. Hey,
All
I'm going to
right.
eat that big hairy leg. Yeah, he literally does that. I'm surprised the Family Guy didn't make a little bit out of that.
Let me eat that Neeson dick.
I'll get it. I'll make you piss them pants all over again.
Tastes like shepherd's pie. You peeing yet, Liam?
You ever seen a grown wolf naked?
I actually give that Liam Neeson speech in the middle of my morning yoga classes. It goes over well, usually.
As you finger your belly button?
No, I'd like to do it like we're all like kind of quietly, reaching our Zen moment. And then when like everyone's kind of really relaxed and you can sense it, I just break out into that diatribe.
Show me something. Ugh, poor bastard. I feel like there's some real life shit mixed in there in that scene.
Yeah.
Because after his wife died, he just started doing like 50 movies a year. Like I think he just is on the like year round just filming.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He used to set himself up not for failure, but like he might have reneged on it, but at the beginning of his acting career, like well into it, like when he did like Krull and like those weird like little known movies, he refused until Krull, I guess, to act with any form, any level of CGI, no matter how rudimentary.
And then he did Star Wars.
Yeah, boom. It was hilarious. But he used to be like, no, I'm not going to do it. And then, yeah, boom, Star Wars. And here is a lightsaber.
Right.
Like,
now, someone came to him and was like, Liam, do you want to do Star Wars? It's basically going to all be CGI. No, I'll never do it. Liam, do you want to do Star Wars for $80 million gajillion dollars? Okay, I'll consider it.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's how I went.
Let me see
Liam,
the script.
You
The
can
script
buy
looks like
Ireland
shit.
with how much money we are giving you. You can buy the country.
Right.
Yeah.
And he did.
Yep. And he's never done anything with those movies since.
Flash forward to him standing on a mountaintop over the bloody body of an Englishman.
Swear to God.
Screaming at God.
Yeah. I think he is probably the only Star Wars actor who has not come back in any like capacity to do anything.
You can't come back from that movie, dude.
That was rough.
Yeah, I mean, even what's his face came back for that fucking Obi-Wan show.
Ewan
Yeah.
McGregor.
Yeah, that was some of that Disney money.
No, Ewan McGregor came back for that, but then the guy who played Vader came back for it too. Adrian Christensen.
Oh, Hayden
Really?
Christensen.
Yeah.
What?
He came back as Vader in that show. Yeah.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's a sexy ass Canadian, I'm telling you.
Terrible actor though.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Dude,
it's-
That
that's
end scene in
awful.
Star Wars,
I can look at him.
in that movie, where he's with like,
make me hurt you.
oh
It's
my
like,
God.
damn it.
It's really bad. Yeah. It was only good. Guys. We had the advantage of being children when we saw it to just enjoy it. But
Even
we
then,
quickly grew up and then we're like, fuck. So at least like we had moments of joy.
a little bit, I guess, in that second one. By the time the third one came out, we were already in high school. I saw that one in theaters. I'm like, God, this guy sucks at acting.
Well, yeah, but I got to see him kill a bunch of fucking Jedi kids. That's kind of cool. Like
Yeah.
that was metal.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, that's kind of brutal. But
and then you got to see him
I'm
get his
not
fucking
defending
legs
him.
and arms ripped off or like lasered off. So I was okay with
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah, it's true. It's like, yeah. And he's like, he gets even more fucking emo. God damn. Anyways, we need to move on. I'm gonna get fucking mad.
Talking
like how
sheep
Spider-Man-
and Star Wars.
Talking
Sheep and Star Wars. I didn't
All
even
right.
mean to do that.
I don't know how that we even got there. So Neeson, he continues to just dredge along by himself until he can't walk anymore. So he sits down and looks through everyone's wallets and to see them and their loved ones. And then the wolves appear after Neeson realizes that he literally walked into their den.
Yeah, once again, it gets worse.
Then it gets worse. Yeah, like he didn't realize that he's in a fucking like a boneyard all around him.
Mhm.
I mean,
Just carcasses
it would
everywhere.
probably smell. You'd probably, smell rotting flesh.
It's on the verge of death anyway.
Nah, dude, it's too cold. So like right now, outside of my bedroom window, there is a human turd. It's been cold enough to where I do not smell it.
That's not the first time either, huh?
Or you're
Nope,
just
it's not.
desensitized, John.
I live in Baltimore, dude. You know, you just gotta.
That's what I'm
In
saying.
funny thing
Baltimore,
is,
work
I know-
in a hospital. You don't smell
Yeah.
shit anymore.
I really don't. I'm actually hunting for the perfect like mustache oil, so I just smell like minty goodness all day long. But like really, like once it heats up, I'll get the management company. They'll come deal with it. It's all good. But I know who does it. Her name is Spider, and she got red hair, and she's probably about 5 feet tall.
That's fucking disgusting.
Her name is Spider.
Yep. Her name is Spider.
Spider the squatter.
Oh,
I spoke to some of the other folks that hang around, and they were like, "Yep, that's Spider." And I was like, "Cool."
Yeah, she likes to take
y'all.
shit in people's houses.
You spoke to
Yeah.
some of the
I mean,
other homeless people?
Yeah,
It's Baltimore.
there's some good guys that live out back. It's all good.
I gotta come visit.
They're
dude.
fine. Yeah. No,
I gotta
it's
come
like
visit.
don't bother
Hey,
anybody.
my parents were like, I remember like my mom saying like growing up, like they lived on the basement floor in Boston, and there was just a homeless dude that just like slept downstairs there. They would just be like, "Hey Jim," he's like, "Hey,"
Yeah.
just like walk around him.
Right.
Yeah.
Get
We
in.
got Tony. Tony's great.
Yep.
You know, you ask Tony how he's doing. He's like, "Man, the devil's working overtime." Like you get great one-liners out of it.
The devil's working overtime.
Or you just live in Baltimore.
Yeah. I'm surprised John doesn't actually see like packs of wolves chasing people around on his walk to work.
So I have seen fox and coyotes when I'm on the way to the hospital in the morning, just like going through the city, like, "Yo, so
Hey. Sup?
On your way
Yeah,
to
what's
Johns
up,
Hopkins, like one of the best hospitals in the world.
yeah, you see some shit there."
Anywho, wrap up the movie. We get all the feels with this emotional music kicking in as Neeson recites his father's poem. And then he tapes a couple airplane bottles into glass knuckles and eyes up the alpha wolf as the movie fades to black. And then we get a post-credit scene after that. Do you guys watch the post-credit scene?
Yeah, they're both just on top of each other, like, "I love you, bro."
I know.
Like, all right, we're friends now.
I didn't see the post credit scene. So basically the wolf and Liam Neeson like had a stalemate.
The wolf is breathing like real heavy, just like the wolf in the beginning of the movie that was dying.
Mhm.
And then Liam Neeson's head's like, you only see the back of his head
Mm-hmm.
on the wolf that's going up and down, and he's not moving.
Right.
And then that's it. So it's just like, you don't know. Like, is he tired? Is he exhausted? Is he dead?
Basically,
is the wolf dying?
the metaphor is they both killed
They probably both
themselves trying to
Yeah.
survive.
There's no
Yeah,
way in
to
fuck
measure-
Liam Neeson was making out alive. I mean, he would have frozen to death anyway.
Death's
But he
an
sure-
eventuality, folks.
He, God damn it, he fucking went out like a fucking boss though. He's just like, "All right, yeah, the fucking like broken fucking airplane shot bottle knuckles, fucking all that shit." He's just like, "Let's fucking do it."
It's
I mean,
rage.
Once again, on top of a mountain, standing over the body of a bloodied Englishman, like screaming at God. Like, this man has done everything in this movie. Something has happened that he has done that's very similar or adjacent.
Just a typical day working at the Guinness factory.
Good God, do not get into a fucking knife fight with Liam. Like, I don't doubt for a second that he could kill most people he acts with on a daily basis.
Oh yeah.
I agree.
Ooh.
All right, time for trivia. Greg Nicotero, who's now he's better known as a special effects and makeup guy for The Walking Dead. He did the makeup and the wolf effects for this.
Pretty good.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Pretty
he's
good.
one of the dead guys too. I don't know. I think he's the dude that like was like, you know, like the overseer that Diaz like pickpockets,
Oh yeah.
like talks shit about. I
Yeah.
think that's him. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, you know, this movie is directed by the guy who directed the A-Team the year before. He wanted Bradley Cooper for this, but he wasn't available. So then he went and got Liam Neeson instead.
Mhm.
I'm very happy about that.
But much better fit.
Yeah.
Like, really happy. This would have been like
It's too-
literally like Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's too pretty. He's too pretty to be out in Alaska by himself.
No.
Yeah. And then Roger Ebert, he gave this movie 3.5 out of 4 stars.
Wow.
And he said that The Gray was the only time, or The Gray was the only film that affected him in such a strong way that he couldn't focus on the next movie he was reviewing, so he had to just leave the theater.
Wow. Interesting.
That's saying something. I mean, that guy reviewed thousands of movies, and this is the only one that ever affected him like that.
God, he was on those YouTube comments. You know he was.
Oh, yeah. I think
he was also close to the death at that point, so it might have been a little,
His body's just firing off its own version of LSD and all kinds of shit off into his head. Yeah, like, we're wrapping it up. Send up the fireworks.
This movie does affect you. It like the other movie that I
remember, so like, sad.
Made me like as depressed was Snowpiercer. That movie with because that
Chris Evans,
that's got layers.
That movie wasn't
got layers. Yeah, that's
as dark and cerebral as this, but it was just like God, fucking gross. Everything is gross in this, you know.
Dude, your fucking cheesesteak is made out of fucking bugs.
I know.
Like, no. Yeah, that's fucked up.
I want my cheesesteak to be made out of beef. It's polluting the environment.
Or like at least people.
Or like brown colored bugs.
Yeah. Just smash it into a
you.
thin cut steak so I don't even know.
Fuck you. I hate you.
You sure, John? You sure you don't love me?
No, I love you, Tim. I'm talking about. See, I love you even more. I'm talking about Max.
What did I do?
He's supporting the fucking New World Order's fucking bug food agenda.
Hey, you got to pick your sides here. All right, I'm picking the winner.
Yeah, fine. You make me clear popcorn.
Max, is your company coming out with bug popcorn soon?
Oh fuck!
100% pure bugs.
God, how do you think they make the popcorn shell? God,
why do you think it's so crunchy?
They're literally going to make it out of cicadas.
Yeah. That's the big plus of, eating popcorn in a movie theater. You can't really see it.
Yeah, it's just bugs.
Unless you cut a hole in the bottom, put your dick in it. That's a little weird.
It's a different type of bug.
Yeah, it's like, that bug's still alive. You need to fry him a little bit more.
Okay, box office game.
And that was the third time that I got craps.
Or the clap, like Diaz, after fucking a 52-year-old, 280-pound hooker. I did love that. He's like, this can't be my swan song. There's got to be another one. All right, how much does this movie cost? How much did it make?
Oh, I don't think it cost that much. I think it probably cost $50 million, and it made... I don't know if it made a lot, maybe $80 million.
I say it cost $175 million and it made 200.
That's a number. So yeah, every wolf
$175 gajillion.
Liam Neeson was paid $87 million for this movie, and the wolves were all paid equally $5 million each.
I just thought that 90% of the budget went to the heating bill. So, like,
I'm glad 90% of the budget went to the families of everyone who died in that plane crash because it was real.
The families of the wolves that were murdered to make it.
This is just a snuff film. They made this in Russia. It's a snuff film.
Yeah. It cost $25 million to make. It's pretty good. It made 81.2. So pretty close there, Timmy.
Bad. I'll tell you what.
Wow. Holy
Timster.
Shit.
The old Timster. If only I could be that good at sports betting.
You see, Tim, if you don't kill yourself at the first opportunity, you stand to make a little bit of money from time to time.
I don't get
it. There we go. All right.
Cool.
We'll leave that at cheese sticks.
Ooh, cheese sticks. Now that's something to live for.
Dude, I'm fucking there too. 100%. I'm going to go get some tomorrow from the diner around the corner.
Ooh. Movie was released the weekend of January 27th. It opened at number 1 at the box office. It made $19.7 million in its first week.
That's pretty good.
Wow. Really? First week, boom. Basically almost
number
make back
1.
your money? Yeah.
Yep. Not bad.
Dude, Liam was fucking red hot, dude.
Yeah, he was.
I mean, god damn, you couldn't touch him there for a second.
I have a particular set of skills, which is
they involve me peeing on myself. As he's saying, it just pisses just going down his leg, and everyone's just backing away.
He's just laughing.
I will find you, and I will pee on you.
Dude, like, once again, him on the loose in a metropolitan area is just...
Not to mention some, was there Heidi Fleiss? No, it wasn't Heidi Fleiss. It was Janice Dickens, like, wrote an autobiography and talked about Liam Neeson's dick in it, and she said it was the size of like an Evian bottle.
Yeah, that thing. Awesome. Yeah, I forgot. He's got a fucking baby's arm. He's fucking hung like a goddamn bear. I completely
an Evian
forgot
bottle.
about
That's some serious girth, boys.
Yeah. Yeah, she did not like it. Like, that was that was not good. And he was probably like pissed. Yep. Yeah, well, whatever. We're not gonna say
flaccid, just flapping around everywhere. Work, God damn it. You're big enough, work.
Find my pot of gold, bitch. Like really aggressive. Like, what the fuck?
I have a particular set of skills. Getting hard isn't one of them.
Unfortunately. Okay, who was your favorite and least favorite in this?
I liked the Wolves. I liked the Wolves. Like, because they stood for something. They stood for something, and they were consistent throughout the entire movie. All these flip-floppers, all the human flip-floppers. Boo-hoo. And then...
Tim, they were doing their job. They definitely had a job, and they had a job, and they were doing it.
But the Wolves are doing their jobs better.
No, that's what I'm saying. The Wolves did their job.
Yeah, they did. They did their job.
The other guys didn't have a job at all. They were off the clock.
They were leaving work like a bunch of pansies.
Yep. See, if they stayed at work, they would have lived.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna say my least favorite was Dominic Mulroney, because it's like, dude, you're gonna fall off a cliff, just jump. Just jump, bro. I had nothing to back that
up. My favorite's Liam, of course, just cause. My least favorite was the stewardess getting eaten by the wolf. She just wasn't selling it.
Do a better job of being a dead person getting eaten by a wolf.
Yeah, come on now. Pull your weight.
Yeah. I mean, everybody in this movie was pretty good.
Yeah.
Very well acted.
Yeah, yeah. It was very well.
I'll say either Liam Neeson or Frank Grillo were probably my favorite. I say Liam Neeson. He's really good in this.
He's spot on.
And then my least favorite is probably gonna be that Kurt Cobain dude. The one who talked about a plane crash before they fucking had a plane crash.
Yeah.
So annoying.
Yep. Dude, just if you fucking put your head down on the ground, it's gonna cause more trauma. It's just like, shut the fuck up.
No, like
everyone knows that guy from high school.
No, that's the guy that never played baseball. Like, he didn't get a dose of fucking what is it?
Steroid?
Superstition. That's what you get. It is a healthy thing that comes from that sport, is a little bit of superstition, just a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So that way you aren't that guy who causes a fucking plane crash.
Exactly.
Also, he told everybody not to put their heads down. There was one dipshit in the back that put his fucking head down. They didn't show that shot, but his fucking head went right through his ass.
Go straight through your ass.
Right through your ass, kid.
All right, time for the Hold My Popcorn ratings. Prepare to be judged. What's your rating for The Gray?
I'm going to give this 25 to 50 prime opportunities to just end it all out of one terrible way to die, which is fighting a wolf to the death.
Too much effort.
Too much effort.
I'm going to give this 3.5 out of 4 stars.
Just like old Raj.
Yeah.
Hey, Raj.
I'm going to give this one bad dog. Bad dog. Yep. And I guess I'll give that out a one strong suggestion to not watch the beginning of this movie on an airplane.
Yes.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah. Bad juju.
Or
All right.
don't watch this movie if you're ever in the Arctic surrounded by wolves.
Yeah,
So
that too.
just a hot tip. Don't, like, if you're in the Arctic surrounded by wolves, don't take out your iPad and turn this movie on.
And never play a Nintendo DS because you'll be immediately ripped apart by wolves.
Yep. Precisely.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's probably going to be the last time we do a super depressing movie for a while.
Yeah, I'm going to go cry now. We'll see y'all later.
Next week, we'll be doing Hotel Rwanda.
I have a parting shot. Yeah, well, next we're doing Hotel Rwanda.
Ooh.
Donnie Cheadle's favorite movie, famous movie.
Hilarious.
Hilarious movie.
This is Don
I got a parting shot for you, though. For our old buddy Bill. Okay?
Sorry.
Your old buddy Bill. Sorry. Yeah, what's going on with Bill?
For our old buddy Bill. Bill, we all know. We all know what you did with the wolves, okay? We all know the secret about the wolves, okay? Some people say we don't know the secret about the wolves. Now I'm just doing Trump.
Yeah,
But Bill, we all know the secret, so, just so you know.
Mm-hmm.
I always like to end podcasts with ambiguous, threatening.
Want to find out Bill's response? Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Next episode will come out in August. All right. Anything else before we get out of here?
It's a dog eat dog world out there, fuckers.
Bazinga.
Woof woof. Woof 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 woof.
You let the
Woof,
dogs
woof.
out. Woof, 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 woof.